So Bitcoin has crossed 21,000 and it's hovering, towards the 21,500 kind of a mark. In the last 1 week, it has gone up by almost, I think about $5,000-6,000 from something like 16,000 to close to 21,500. And along with Bitcoin, well, the entire, the tide is rising and all the ships seems to be rising. And I did see some posts on Instagram and other places talk about how certain cryptos, right, certain tokens have extraordinary returns in the last 1 or 2 weeks. And these include the likes of our very favorite and common ones like Solana, Gala, Aptos, and so on. And what I wanted to, especially in this video, highlight is that this is the season where a lot of cryptos will get pumped and dumped, especially the known names, right? Because you're sure to be a little bit confident about them. Familiarity always means that you have more confidence on something that at least you've heard of than let's say a crypto that you've not heard of, right? And Solana, Mana, Gala, etc. are things that you have heard of in the last bull run. So at least for the last 2 years, you've been hearing about them, and most likely somebody will try and take advantage of it. So what I wanted to do in this video is break down the price, rise and fall that is happening in the last few days to see if is there some real substance here or is it just arbitrary price rise, right? And I'll talk about my 3 thumb rules, with respect to that. Let's start with Aptos. Right? I made a video detailing Aptos, very recently, and I'm going to Lunar Crush. You can go to this website. It shows you social engagements for price and so on. And here's something interesting. Now, Lunar Crush is the first one that has had some tremendous price increase, right? In the last, let's say, about 1 week, if you look at the last 1 week prices, you'll see that it has risen about 17%, actually 31%, right? 31% rise in the last 1 week compared to the last 1 month. I think it is, waiting for that to refresh, about 144%. Insane, right? In the last 1 month, Aptos has gone up by 144%, but compared to the last 3 months, I think it's not too much. It's actually negative 7%. So compared to 3 months back, Aptos has actually crashed. Let's look at this now. This red line here, that is the price. The blue line that you see here, right? The blue line is social engagements, and the orange line is social mentions. Social mentions is when, let's say, somebody tweeted about it, right? Somebody spoke about Aptos in I think here they use all kinds of things, Telegram and Twitter and so on. So wherever people are talking about it, it's recording how many times people are talking about it and how many times are people engaging with it. Are you liking it? Are you retweeting it, and so on? And the price correlation with respect to that. Now, if you see this, if you see the red line, price is going up, right? But that's not really changed. But price is significantly rising up, right? So the first thumb rule is, if there is low correlation between price and social mentions, it means something organic has happened, right? And something is happening there, which probably you'll figure out after the whales have figured out. So what you have to do is go down. You can scroll down and you can see Aptos, and you can, check on what, if at all they have been up to. Usually the tweets will be able to tell you all that. So let's look for the most recent tweets, right? Here, most recent tweets. I'll show you the most recent tweets, and something very peculiar you'll see here. They are talking about some upgrade that has happened. This is going to improve onboarding and so on. They're talking about something being live. They're talking about a partnership. They're talking about some NFTs. So that means Aptos has just released something, and layman probably don't understand that. The community that actually understands this have realized that, hey, something good has happened, and hence they're probably buying already, and the price is increasing. And you'll figure it out maybe after a while, when the price is sort of plateaued and influencers and others start talking about it. So this is one way to get in early on that, right? Let's look at another case. Now this is Gala, right? If you look at Gala's graph, the green line here is their price. The orange and blue lines are their social mentions and social engagements. If you look at Gala, if you look at the green line, right, the price is increasing in line with the increase in social mentions and social engagements. Right? It is so perfect, right? As people start talking more about it, look at this blue line. As it increases, the green line is also increasing. The green curve rather is also increasing, and as the and same goes with the orange curve as well. As people are mentioning it, people are engaging with it, and then prices correspondingly rising. And you can see that so detailed. Even at this point, for instance, when prices dropped, in that same straight line, you can see right here prices dropped from this peak, and the social mentions have also dropped, and the social mentions start picking up, and here we go, prices picked up again, right? And it drops, and the price drops again, and you can correspondingly see social mentions also dropping. It is I've not seen anything so well correlated, especially in the last few days, which means somebody is working to pump up Gala token. So a high correlation between price and social mentions is a red flag. So be very careful when something like this is happening. So if you see tweets and YouTube influencers or Instagram posts or whatever it is telling you that in the last 1 week Gala has gone up 40%, this is the 3 months. In the last 1 week, Gala has gone up something like 3.5% in the last 1 month. Let's see, Gala has gone up 150%. That's insane. So if somebody starts talking about all this, then you have to be really careful, because it means that somebody might be trying to really pump it up on purpose and then dump it later when you see this kind of a correlation. Now let's look at Decentraland, right? Mana. Now what I'm looking at is let me open the 3-month chart. Right now, Decentraland, the price has been consistently increasing. The price has been increasing, and social mentions are also increasing. Right now, decently well correlated, not as close as compared to Gala, but if you see here, this orange curve and this green curve are so beautifully in sync with each other. As the orange curve is increasing, the green curve is increasing, and so on. So you can see that there is a lot of price movement because of this. People tweeting about it, people talking about it, and as soon as the social mentions drop, price is also dropping. So there is some level of correlation between price and social mentions, and that's again a red flag for me. So be careful of Decentraland as well. As I spoke earlier in a video where I detailed it, Decentraland barely has 30 users in a month. That's not something that should be worth as much as Decentraland is worth. So as such, I don't see a great value in Decentraland fundamentally. And here you can see people are really fiddling around with the price. So absolutely be careful. The last one is Solana. Now this one's an interesting case, right? I've made a number of videos talking about how bad Solana is. In fact, this year I think Solana is going to probably get kicked out of the top 20. And if you look at their price to the red line here is the price, orange line is social mentions, blue is engagements. If you look at the orange line, there's consistently high social mentions. People are really trying to talk about it, and price has been not so much correlated, right? But price is rising. I think this is more of the tide pushing it up rather than actual organic engagements, and that is because now if you go down and see, let's say I'll take BitBoy Crypto, one of the big influencers in the space. If you look at his tweets, you'll see that people are not just, they're mentioning it, but it might not really be a positive mention. People are probably talking something bad about it. Right now, every time Solana blockchain was paused, it's actually Alameda Research laundering money and brute force transactions. So that means people are really talking negative about it, and that could be one reason why, even though social mentions that their price is not correspondingly rising. So a negative or a positive correlation, which is very erratic between price and social mentions, means something negative is really happening. Right now, these are the 3 thumb rules I would really want you to keep. Always, right? If there is a sudden burst of price, find out why there is that increase in price. Don't just blindly invest, because it could be somebody artificially pumping it up. It could be something organic, like that particular crypto achieved something, they met some development goal, they had a partnership, whatever it is, that could also rise price. But understand the reason for the price rise before actually getting into it and trying to put your money into it in the wrong time, because timing does matter. If you do invest at probably when it is peaking, then you might be left with a handful of worthless tokens. So be careful of that. Hope you like this video. Stay tuned for more such amazing videos. Like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. Welcome to the Wave Crypto Club.